Potter's Journal, you almost missed what's in the kiln today. Why? Because this is a huge kiln opening for me. Huge, but look, very small pots. Very small, but a lot of them. A ton of them. You know what, this plate we got to talk about too. But let's get in here and see what is in the kiln today. It is little espresso shots. Little espresso shots. I made nearly 200 of these this year. Okay, 182. And why do I like them? Because they fit in the wasted space around my famous Rooster Hill Pottery pie plates. These are for the Redhawk coffee roasters. They are in Pittsburgh. They approached me at the farmer's market and said, okay, I'm 62. They said some contemporary term that had a philosophy behind it about do you do collaborations with chefs? And it's always the question, do you do? Like, no, I guess you don't. Well, of course I do. Potters, man's first pots were made for essential use in the kitchen for food and drink. Okay, the next shelf down. Now that first kitchen may have just been a fire outside the cave. Redhawk Coffee is in the Oakland neighborhood of Pittsburgh with a roastery in Sharpsburg. And I didn't know who they were, but I looked it up when I got home, and their Facebook page, it was amazing that I found out they started a business before and kept it going through COVID lockdowns and closings. There's a passion there that not only the founder has, but is shared by his family, by the staff, by the baristas there. A passion that I could relate to because it's something I have here with the clay. Okay, so the fashion, each one of these is unique. This is what they originally saw, just a plain one-color blue one. I throw these off of a hump of clay, so there's only so much you control as far as size goes. But color, the glazes, I decided in the end that although and it's something I designed to sell relatively cheaply, I decided that I would put two glazes on it. So we have the sea mist on the inside, and it overlaps on top of here the snow on brick glaze. This one has some of the finger mark throws. Each one is an individual, but I started to go with a different shape as they evolve. Each one becomes something else. A progression of shape and form. I started to bring the curve in and put a little out on the bottom. So there you go. It's something that should feel good and fit in the hand. In that instance, it's narrow, but it can become wider too, depending on who you are and your hand. That the sensation of drinking the espressos is not only the aroma, the body, the feel, the taste of the cup of espresso, but also the feel of the cup in your hand. That's part of what should lift the sensation. So each one is unique, each one is different. This one with a little bit of the throw marks on it, and this is on a specked clay, and you can see them showing through the glaze. Each kiln firing, they come out a little bit different. This one, the same glaze combination. And here it is on a dark clay body, not with the specks, but I do see a couple showing through there. And a change in the form, once again, so that it fits nicely in the hand. And then here we go, we exaggerated that fit in the hand. Now here the glaze came out a bit thinner and darker, but it ran. It ran and it pulled on that ridge, so we've got, okay, three, or so we've got the blue glaze, the blend, the lighter, and a band of the other. And okay, they didn't get any of the Pittsburgh ones. They cost a bit more for the stamping, but I'll make sure I slip them one at least. How could we not like in Pittsburgh? Okay, the Pittsburgh Espresso shot. And then, okay, I will make sure they get a couple of these too, just so they know about them. Now these, I do put a lot of work into. These have all the hand drawing and scratching through the slipware. Because of all the work involved, I've moved my signature from the bottom right to the side of the pot. And the name, I call it my signature slipware. And this is where it starts in my potter's journal. I have to get them one of my punks too, and the skulls actually are somewhat influenced too. There's a bit of human and some of Edward Munch's The Scream in them. Okay, and I don't know, their logo might be a bit much. Hopefully, they'll want some other things for me. It seems a natural for a potter to make mugs and cups. I do the face mugs. And why are Japanese Yonomi tea bowls only used for tea? Maybe they could make their way into the coffee shop. And the coffee pour-over cups, something I haven't done. They've even featured artists in their store, which I would love to do a show there. I've even started to develop ideas for platters and plates and pieces to go on the wall and other artworks. And pulling this next shelf out, potters, you will appreciate this. The very exciting kiln tier. And very rare, as this is an oxidation kiln. And I already pulled the espresso shots out of the bottom of this kiln, but how about this? This is a yarn ball. Does anybody go into Redhawk coffee brewers with their knitting and crocheting? And in the back corner, no face mugs, but we do have one face jug here, staring up at us. Okay, asking, where's my coffee? Oh, and finally, there are two of these. There's only two. I'll make sure they get one. I don't know. I won't tell them if they don't know what they are, the symbolism behind them, whose crown this is. But I can imagine someday somebody will come into the shop and see it. And they will see this person melt in the aura of it. Oh, I'm sorry, Redhawk, don't look at the t-shirt. It's got an eagle on it. You know what? Do look at the t-shirt. Send me, please, one of your underground, unofficial, cult-love t-shirts. Okay, and here, stop back next week for another video and stop into Redhawk Coffee Brewers in Oakland and Sharpsburg neighborhoods of the city of Pittsburgh. And don't forget your espresso shots.